Hello and welcome to Life Without Shakers, and welcome to Ilkley for the start of a new adventure. I'm standing by the old bridge across the River Wharfe, which is the official start point of the Dales Way. 80-mile stroll from here at the edge of the Yorkshire Dales to Bowness and Windermere in the heart of the Lake District. Wanted to be a lovely afternoon, so without further ado, let's get underway. And here is the Dales Way in map form. Runs from here in Ilkley all the way up the River Wharfe towards Outer Shore, then up over Denthead, up through Sedbergh and then across to Bowness. 80 miles. Can be accomplished in less than a week, and indeed I'll be doing it in 5 days. Yes, the Dales Way then. Called it an 80-mile stroll because apparently it is one of the easier long distance paths that you can do in Britain. Largely follows riverbanks. There's no massive extensive climbing apart from in the middle bit, and yeah, as I said, doing it over 5 days. And as you can see from the load on my back, I'm taking my house for the week with me. It's going to be 5 straight days with some lovely camping in between. Yeah, got a couple of longish days in that 5 days, one very long day, but today's walk is a nice easy 12.5-mile stroll from Ilkley to Appletreewick along the river, if we find the river again. Been going just over half a mile, and apart from that brief dalliance back in Ilkley, I haven't seen any sight of the river yet. And as promised, we do reach the banks of the River Wharfe, which will now be my constant companion for the best part of the next 30 miles, getting smaller and smaller as we walk upwards towards the source of the river. Now, the eagle-eyed among you will notice that I did test this loadout on the Limestone Way earlier this year, and it was okay for one day, so hopefully it'll be more than comfortable for 5 days in a row. I should also point out that this is the next instalment of Duncan James Do Walks, but you don't need to be particularly eagle-eyed to notice that highly conspicuous by his absence, James isn't here just yet. Unfortunately, he had a slight change of circumstances before we due to set off, which means he couldn't make the first couple of days of the walk. But don't worry, he will be joining me in a couple of days' time for the second half of the Dales Way. It just means that in the meantime you've got to put up with just me pottering along by myself and rambling away to myself. In now, and already the character of the river has changed noticeably from broad and deep and smooth. It's now considerably shallower and rockier and faster flowing. Okay, I've inadvertently managed to go slightly the wrong way. I was following a footpath. I was avoiding a busy main road that had no footway alongside it, and there apparently should have been a sign that led me back onto the road, but I didn't see one, and instead it's taken me through a wood and onto this, which is the old Ilkley to Skipton railway line. It's a bit of unexpected excitement for me anyway. I like old railway lines. I must admit, up to this point there's been one or two things of note to see, but largely not much to write home about. Inadvertent detours down old railway lines notwithstanding, but all that is about to change, because so far all the walk has been about getting to this point. This is Bolton Bridge, and this is where the Dales Way really starts to hit its stride, because this is the entry to the Bolton Abbey estate, and we've been here many times in the past. I can say with some confidence that it never gets any less lovely, no matter how many times you visit. So sit back and enjoy the views. crossing Bolton Aqueduct, which that's the end of the Bolton Abbey estate, the point where I usually turn around and go back to the car park. That is one of the most scenic 3.5-4 mile stretches of walk you can do in the country, I think. From ground at the Devonshire Arms, down in Bolton Bridge, up past the magnificent ruins of Bolton Priory, one of Henry VIII's many victims during the dissolution, and up through the woodland walk to the Cavendish Pavilion, where I stopped for a bit of a rest and took the opportunity to decant, get some fresh air to my legs for the last few miles of the walk. And from the Cavendish Pavilion up through Stridwood to the literal force of nature that is the Strid, more than 9 metre deep chasm through which the River Wharfe thunders with great power, and into which incidentally I once fell when I was much younger, but luckily it was a day much like today with relatively calm waters, so I was able to bob straight back up and climb out, but it was an object lesson in not being bloody stupid around deep water. Yeah, I appreciate there wasn't too much commentary of these things while we were walking past them, but it was very busy, and also I was trying to let the pictures speak for themselves. Right, approaching Bardon Bridge now, and only about 2.5 miles to go to the campsite, which is nice. My goodness, it is quite beautiful right here. First 5 miles or so, much of it was just along roads, and genuinely wasn't that much of interest to see. In fact, no bright spot, but I've been hopefully proven right. Since we got to Bolton Bridge, this has been nothing but spectacular. One other thing to note now is just how peaceful it's got all of a sudden. It did feel slightly strange carrying a big load of camping gear through hordes of day trippers playing around in the river and having barbecues and stuff. I didn't realise just how hard it was with so many people around until you get all on your own in an area of blessed quiet. It was blessedly quiet till I started rambling on. Right, here I am at Mason's campsite in Appletreewick. all set up for a night of camping. Just a little walk today, good introduction to the Dales Way, about 13 miles in total. A slight detour on the old railway line, only had about half a mile or so, wasn't too bad. And now I'm all ready for a nice lovely evening of relaxing. Time now to have a shower and then make some grub, and then have a wander to the pub. So for now I will say good evening and see you again in the morning.